All right, welcome. We are here with Amber for another Be the Exception podcast. Amber, how's it going?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Oh, let's throw this cord down underneath.
Yeah.
Should have done that earlier. Whoops.
Good.
Yeah. Pat, also Amber's dad. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, for sure. So where does Amber get? Jackie's also in the room with us, so we might be looking over here for a little bit. Where does Amber get her natural athletic ability from?
Oh, that's tough, right? So they tell you when you get married, they get it from the wife.
Okay. Very cool.
From her mom.
From her mom. Okay, so I guess the big question that everybody does want to know, though, is who's better at swimming, you or Tane?
Oh, me. No questions asked me.
Okay. Wait, what team did Tane make this year?
First team or all-state team.
And what team did you make?
First team all-state team.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
You did? We got a hell if you lie.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not what I heard, but
You're hearing different stories.
is Caroline lying now?
We can get her in, yeah.
She's out in the gym.
No, she's okay. I think she's fine.
Just let Tane defeat you in one.
Yeah.
Give it to him.
So the Naudes are actually a very impressive swimming family. That's where you guys your background comes from. And you guys just finished up state recently, right?
Yeah.
Like that was a couple weeks before semifinals. Is that right? Or-
Swimming?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how'd you guys do in
Like
state?
high school or team?
So both, I guess.
Teams, like I swim for Dynamo. So teams, I went pretty well.
Okay.
My races were really good. And then school, it went okay. Not the best, but
Okay. So what's the difference between those two then?
school is just like high school. It's just normal state
Okay.
if you were going to go for your school. And then state is for, like as your team. You go as the Dynamo team.
Like travel.
But like travel. Yeah.
Oh, so it's like okay. So it's like travel basketball.
Correct.
It's like
It's
dynamo
based on
swimming.
travel swim.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And it's more intense, like they'll train twice a day and
Oh, okay.
4:30 in the morning they're like at the pool.
Gotcha.
And in the evenings again, so.
Oh, okay. So how does that work with school swimming then?
School swimming, you don't really, like they train like twice a week as a school team.
Okay.
But like Dynamo as a team, we train like every day, twice a day.
But I think, like what Kyle's saying is that you also train at school.
Yeah, like they would train.
So you'll train dynamo 5 days a week, and then you'll train 2 days a week at school.
Well, I don't train personally with the school team. Like if you swim for a club outside of school, you don't have to like swim with the team, like the school team.
Okay.
So if you swim club, you don't have to swim with them.
Yeah,
But
so I guess club's more intense.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
because you're already getting that other training in, so you don't have to swim with the school team.
Okay. Got it. So they kind of waive your school practices because they know you're with dynamo and dying.
Yep, basically.
Yeah. So I think that's one actually big thing that we've been pretty impressed by is like you're doing both. Like you just said, you're doing basically doubles 5 days a week for swimming, and then you're coming in and doing CrossFit, and you just qualified for the games as well out of semifinals.
Yeah.
So I think one big thing is like how are you balancing everything in regards to like swimming, CrossFit, school, recovery, like what's your schedule look like for all of that?
So it depends on the day. So some days when I don't have swim in the morning, I would do CrossFit in the morning and then swim in the afternoon.
Okay.
And vice versa would change every day. But I would basically, as like one day, I would do CrossFit in the morning, school, swim, and then do the same thing, but change it up every day, basically.
What do you mean by that?
Like on a Monday, I would do CrossFit, school, swim, and then I would do swim, school, CrossFit.
On Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
And then what was Wednesday?
Swim, school, CrossFit, and then CrossFit, school, swim. So it would change like every other day.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It gets crazy. Like you're traveling or we traveling all over getting them to swim or to CrossFit or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I would take like one day of the week and I would go off CrossFit and swim and just take like a mental day,
A full
like,
rest day.
stretch
Is that
and
like
just
Thursday or
recover.
Sunday or
Thursday?
Thursday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's the day Griff gives me as my rest day.
Yeah.
So I
yeah.
just take that day off.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then are you guys swimming on Sunday too? Or?
No.
Okay, that's another
No,
day off.
that's also a rest that we try
Okay.
try not.
Like that would be
do
our swim
anything.
rest day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
When do you eat?
All day, every day. Don't stop.
What'd you say, Jackie?
Unless there's a swimming.
Oh yeah.
And then-
I mean, that,
They swim like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh yeah.
Racing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on a swim meet day, you'll swim Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
And
Yeah.
basically like 3 to 4 races a day.
Okay.
Plus finals, so prelims and
Yeah.
finals. That's like 8 races if I make it. 8 races a day if I make it for prelims and finals.
yeah. So you'll get there in the morning like 6 a.m.
Mhm.
and they'll warm up like 7 till 8, and then they'll know, okay, before 2 p.m. or lunch, you've got 3 events to swim in to make finals.
Okay.
Then you go for lunch, and you'll come back at like 4 p.m., and if you've made all 3 finals, you're swimming again.
Wow.
So it's a lot of
That's on
intense.
Friday.
So that's Friday
That's
for those.
the whole,
Yeah.
throughout the whole meet.
And
Oh,
Saturday
wow.
and
Yeah.
Sunday. So you could swim 50 free, 100 free, and 200 fly on Friday. Not that it's like that, but then Saturday will be different strokes, and Sunday will be different strokes.
Different races.
Okay,
Different races,
gotcha.
So it's different races each
distances
day.
too.
Gotcha. Okay. So at what point in time do you start like specializing in a specific distance or swim or
Well,
like stroke?
as like my age right now, you can't pick and choose.
Okay.
So
Can you talk into the mic a little bit more too? Sorry.
is that fine?
Yeah, like right into it.
Okay, so at my age right now, you don't really get to pick and choose.
Okay.
Like you swim whatever you get told to swim.
Okay.
But when you get older and you start becoming like more intense and a pro athlete, then it depends because it's also on how you train and how you practice. You'll
Okay.
specialize in different things.
Yeah.
So I would train like sprinting
Mhm.
because that's what I like, and I've grown up and been brought up to sprint.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm more of a sprinter. So I would do all the sprinting races, and I wouldn't swim like the mile and all of those races.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's at meets right now. You don't swim the mile or anything like that.
No.
So you've already kind of started to specialize. Okay. Is that pretty normal then for kids or?
No, not really. But I've been swimming for a really long time, like since I was small. And
Oh.
based on my times now, they can see that I'm more on the sprinting side than I am on the distance side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they basically have a lot of data for you, and they're like, okay, we know
Yeah.
where you fit in. Okay. Okay.
Which was the one? Was it quarterfinals we were going into, and then you had that good meet where you swam your big.
Oh, that was
your big
senior
race?
state.
Tell us about that.
Yeah. Senior state was for my club team, Dynamo. And I swam the 100 free, which is the sprint race.
Okay.
And yeah, I came first in that one.
Okay.
And I was like top 50 in the States
Wow.
out of like
But that's lifetime in the US.
that's
for our age group.
in the
Lifetime.
US.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Yeah.
You have the top 50 score in the U.S. for your age or
No,
for like
like,
all
just-
age groups?
All age groups.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
some big names in there.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was a proud moment for her.
Is this like you, like, or is this like collegiate times too?
Yeah.
Collegiate times
Yeah.
too. Wow. That's
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah.
And if I can jump in here, she had been doing CrossFit for 1 month.
Jackie just said
Just
that
1
Amber had
month.
been doing CrossFit for 1 month when she hit that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hit that PR.
And she swam. I mean, I was mad. She was swimming like. She swam so many races and finals, and I said,
Mm-hmm.
it was,
And that was on the last day.
yeah, I was like,
Like
this
my
girl's
last
gonna
race.
have no energy
Yeah.
to do something. But it was one of those where everything just worked out real good.
Yeah. So you had basically swam like up to 12 races.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and it was Sunday, the last race
Yeah.
out of like 30 races.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you just need a good warm up.
Oh, yeah.
Something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. And yeah. So how do you feel like CrossFit and like training had helped you out in that competition? Because you won other events that weekend, right?
Yeah.
Like you dominated that whole weekend, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you feel like everything or like the month of training with Griffin had helped you kind of prepare for that, and like, did you feel different in the water at that point in time?
I did feel different. And you could see that I looked a little different when I got in the water.
Okay.
So with Griffin stuff has been helping me a lot
Mm-hmm.
with the swimming.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been programming me so that it wouldn't affect it the wrong way when I swim.
Right.
But it did help me a lot, and I could feel it. And also, he's helped me mentally. So when I go into a race, he's helped me. So I know like what to think and not to think the wrong things.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Talk a little bit more about that. Like, what has he been teaching you for that?
So he's been telling me that like when I go into a race, you should think of all the things that you've done to get to the point, like, or where I have been, and all the things I've worked towards to get to that, and just to have fun. Because if you're putting too much pressure on yourself, you're only doing it for yourself, no one else.
Right.
And you're your own person, no one else is, you're not doing it for anyone else.
Yeah. Right.
So, yeah.
And do you remember that?
Yeah.
To have fun?
Sometimes.
And not beat yourself up?
Sometimes. But, yeah.
I mean, I think that for any top athlete, you guys too, like, you beat yourself up.
Yeah, you're your own worst critic for sure.
Correct.
For sure. Yeah. I think sometimes that drives a little bit of success, but it can also kind of wear on you if you're not taking away any wins from anything you're doing.
Sure.
And there's just so much pressure on kids these days because they think all the pressure's on them to do good, but every time it's just mental. Everything's mental, and then they mess it up, and they've done something wrong in a race, and they don't finish where they want to finish, and then it messes up the whole meet.
Yeah.
But
have you had that happen to you before? Or? Yeah.
many times.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
We try and get them into the mindset like now, okay, it's race by race. So CrossFit will be the same. It's
Workout
event
by
or
workout.
workout by workout. So if you're doing your 53 and you had a bad start and it sucked,
Yeah.
when you're going into the next race, that's done. You cannot change that. So
Yeah.
leave the baggage behind and let's go forward. And you've done the groundwork. You've trained hard. You know your nutrition was good. So
Right.
now you need to get, if you get everything right, because you've done everything now to get to that final, you're going to be like top notch. So.
Right. And is that something like you played baseball for South Africa?
Yeah.
And is that something that you kind of learned that in playing baseball is like you strike out, you got to forget about it and like go out
Yeah,
on the field?
I had some good mentors along the way, and like the main thing they would teach me was like, all I want you to do is get one hit per game.
Okay.
If you think about it, that's 300.
Right.
So if you get one hit at the right time, you could score a run, you could win a game, and but you beat yourself up. Right?
Yeah.
You cannot control a dude having a great catch or something like that.
Right.
At least if you're still hitting the ball, you're doing what you have to do.
Right.
And for me, what baited me to be better was when people were like, you suck. You shouldn't be in the team and you that. And that just fueled me to be better and show them. So
Yeah.
I think Tane and her have that same
Kind of mentality.
fire and mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that why you try harder when I tell you Tane does better?
Hey, I beat him sometimes. It's fine.
I mean,
That's the goal.
You beat him a lot of the time.
It's okay. I'm bigger than him now.
Are you actually?
Yeah.
Oh, dang. He's going to hate this podcast.
He's going to hate it.
So do you feel like it's been super helpful, like having your dad and your parents, like kind of like some of the lessons that
100%.
they've learned from playing sport growing up? Because, Jack,
Yeah.
you were a swimmer also, right? Okay. And what level did you swim at?
Well, what would you call it here?
Like a state level?
The provincial, yes.
State level? Yeah. Okay.
So like it's a high level.
Yeah. So do you feel like your parents playing sports has been helping you kind of like develop better mindsets and like kind of some better...
And I've learned things from them along the way.
Yeah.
Like with what they've been taught, they've told me stuff.
Yeah.
And they've passed it down. So
Like what?
it helps a lot. Like just tips and mindset stuff and
Okay.
how to do stuff properly and yeah.
Yeah.
Every now and then we'll hear her say, how did you know that, Mom? Because we give you the advice because we've experienced it. So
Right.
then you know it's paying off. How
Right.
did you know that?
How did you know that? Yeah. That's sweet. So 1 month in, you had a really good race, or a really good weekend racing. And then that was what, November, end of November, I think?
Yeah,
Yeah.
around there.
And then you had some more races. Was it mid-January? Is that right?
Those
Did
two
I?
go so well.
Yeah.
Which one was that?
All of them
High school
on the
states? Oh yeah, that didn't go so
Yeah,
well.
I think we were at a stage where we're trying to figure out nutrition,
Yes.
the
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
mileage they
that's-
swim a day.
Yeah.
So that's when I also started getting like more into griff stuff, and it
Yeah.
started getting more intense.
Yeah.
So I was trying to like go between swimming and CrossFit and try and balance it out, but it wasn't going so well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one Saturday that you came in and had to eat a whole bag of Sour Patch Kids.
That was my
correct?
first Saturday ever. And I was like, what is he making me do? Yeah.
You looked a little zonked on that Saturday. So so that was, you feel like that was just more of like a fueling thing that but you finished out the weekend really well, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
what you ended up winning something, right? Or
Wasn't that your age group weekend? Yeah, and she
It
did
was?
I can't remember which one it was, but
the age group one, and I think she still finished off top,
Mm-hmm.
but in
It wasn't
comparison
my
to,
best.
Yeah, to where she wanted to be and everything. Swimming's all time based, so
Mm-hmm.
you didn't get your time. However, you still won the race. So that's when me and Griff like chatted about it. Like, well, the takeout is we won.
yeah,
We
right.
didn't get that PB, and you cannot always get the PB.
Mm-hmm.
And I had
swimming.
such high expectations
Yeah.
at that meet, but I wasn't reaching it. And I was going into that meet like not feeling up to it. My energy didn't feel good. I wasn't mentally like good at that time, and I just went into that meet going down.
Gotcha.
Like I knew it was all gonna go downhill.
So beforehand you even knew it was going to be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. And did you talk to anybody about that, or were you just kind of like, this is what it is, I'm just going to like bite the bullet, or?
I spoke to my parents before about it, but I didn't really think anything of it until like the middle of the meet, and I was like, nothing's gonna change in my races because it was all just going down.
Yeah.
And I was like, this meet isn't gonna go how I wanted it to go. And then
Okay.
we eventually spoke to Griff about it, and we tried to change a few things. So we did after that meet. But
Yeah. Okay. And then that was kind of like the pivotal moment where you're like, oh, we need to eat more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't eating nearly enough.
What were you eating in a day?
Like 1,000 calories.
Yeah, I mean, and not fueling little.
But like I wasn't eating the right things.
Right.
If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. It was like protein and like
Yeah.
high fats, and there was hardly any carbs in there.
and
like-
all late at night. So eating big meal late at night, and during the day nothing.
And I wouldn't
Oh.
eat breakfast.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I
that was-
had practice early in the morning, and I just don't, because nothing goes down, and it doesn't, just my stomach feels heavy when I swim, so nothing feels comfortable when I eat in the morning. But now I've gotten into the habit, and I eat every morning.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah,
And
and
how-
it's changed a lot.
Yeah. So how has that helped?
It has helped a lot. I have more energy.
Okay.
Like it just, my emotions change. Like when I didn't eat breakfast, I would just feel down. Like I wouldn't feel into it.
Yeah.
But now I've started eating breakfast, and my energy's up. Like I've been having good times at practice. Like I'm making the infills. So yeah, that helps too.
Yeah. So just all around, like life just got better whenever you started eating
Yep.
more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Outside of yesterday, you've looked like you've had a lot more energy in the gym as well.
Yeah.
Yesterday was a little bit much.
It was. It was Monday.
It was Monday.
Griff did say it's getting harder. So
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Leading up into the games, your training's going to be
yeah.
nasty.
So don't forget,
Yeah.
you've got somewhere, and it's now going to get more intense.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get worse; it gets harder, and you get better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, so race in January, and then you pretty much you had a race prior to semifinals again, right? That was states, you were saying?
I think it was states.
I think
You
it
had
was
you
high
had
school states.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
we
then
had
you
senior
club.
state, age group states, which we just spoke about. The one where it didn't go well, and then we had high school states.
Yeah, they were like almost back-to-back weekends.
Oh, really? Okay.
They were all back to back. Yeah,
So that was all in January and February? Okay. So you haven't
around there.
swam a meet since then? Or?
No,
Okay.
Just training.
Gotcha.
I've been more focused on this.
Yeah. Okay.
because, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess we decided, and we chatted with Griff, we're like, okay, where do we need to be? The focus is to make the top 30. And we need to give her the best chance to get there. And if we're going to be swimming to get times, we're going to have low energy for these events. And we saw how close the points were.
Right.
So if we didn't do that, I don't know where we would have ended off.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was a good call.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's very difficult to be a two-sport athlete in this sport. So, yeah.
It is. Yeah.
And especially because you're playing a performance sport outside of competing in a performance sport. So it makes it even harder. It's a little bit different over like basketball or something like or soccer or something where it's like.
And it's just your mentality gets to you like so quick.
Like if you're doing too much or.
Yeah.
How so?
So when I've started doing both of these sports, I've been struggling at swimming mainly because I haven't been doing too well. And I don't want to say I've gotten slower, but my times aren't where I want them to be or where I need to be.
Okay.
So, and because now that my body is changing with Griff and I'm getting like stronger, it changes a lot when I swim. So I have to like keep changing how my position is and how I'm swimming.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing too.
So it's like an ever evolving process in both where it was kind of just like you're like, this is kind of the thing that I'm doing and it's just in swimming originally. But now that you're getting stronger, it's like, okay,
everything's changing all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. So how difficult has that process been in the pool then? Is it frustrating? Or?
Yeah, it has been frustrating because I haven't been making times and I've been going on the slower intervals. Whereas when I hadn't started with Griff and I was just swimming, I was like leading my swim group.
Okay.
And I was like making those intervals with time to spare and I was at the top. But right now I'm like slowly going down.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's just when I'm not making those intervals, I'm just so tired of being tired all the time and not getting the results I want to get.
In the pool.
In the pool.
Yeah. Because you obviously got some pretty good results in,
in
CrossFit. So
that has been a mental challenge for her on
Yeah.
its own because at 14, doing two competitive sports
Yeah.
and wanting to excel in those two sports
Mhm.
and be the best that she can be has been hard on her.
Yeah.
Because of those high expectations she sets for herself.
Right.
Just that bar to keep reaching that and then feeling like you're not good enough.
Yeah.
Doing
Yeah.
good enough.
Yeah.
So I think she's handled it pretty well, but it was challenging for her at first.
Yeah.
And I've also like never mentally been in that position before.
Right.
So it's a new thing for me and I feel like there's so much pressure on me to do my best.
For
and
sure. Yeah. I think there's one kind of like good thing about that though is like the obstacle is always the way, and so like you're learning like just because you're in a tough state right now doesn't mean that it's not going to make you better in the long run though. So, I think the struggle is what breeds a better person and a better competitor in general, and like you're going to learn lessons throughout the course of this that'll lead you to a better outcome, whatever that may be, 4 years, 5 years down the road.
Yeah.
So. Or at the games even. So.
Yeah, but I've had amazing people behind me to help me through all of this.
Yeah.
So it has been very helpful for these people.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So take us through semifinals then. Were you pretty nervous going into those?
I was.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what was going to happen or I didn't know what to expect. I spoke to Griff about it, and we had a few workouts that we knew I was going to do well in. But there was one, which was workout 3. It was the long one.
That's the
30.
30s. Yeah.
We knew that one wasn't going to be my best. And we were like, we're not redoing that one. We'll just keep it at that.
Yeah.
Save the energy.
But workout 1 was the bar muscle up and power clean one. We knew I was going to do well in that one. And the sprint one, the box jump, overs, and the lunge one, we knew I was going to do well in that. And then heavy Isabel, I think it was. Yeah, heavy Isabel, we knew I was going to do well in that one too. So we weren't worried going into it that we weren't going to get what we wanted. But we knew that workout 3 wasn't going to be my best.
Okay.
And also, like, he's trying to figure out how to pace her and get it to to be race ready for that WOD,
Mm-hmm.
for instance. So I guess now it's data, and he can be like, oh, you 2 seconds too slow for
Mm-hmm.
that part of it per rep. It adds on 20 seconds. So yeah, now it all makes sense to me. As we learning as a family, you know, we can see these guys at the higher level, how amazing they are as athletes. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm also new to the long workouts.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I was a sprinter. Those sprint workouts, like heavy as a ball, the box jump one,
Mm-hmm.
that one was fun for me to do
Mhm.
because I like going fast on those ones. But the rowing one was okay because I'm good at rowing.
Yeah.
And I love rowing.
Right.
The weights weren't a struggle for me. Like, I could handle them.
Mm-hmm.
But the 30-30, I just can't pace myself for that long.
Yeah.
So,
It's like a different experience for you. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit different when you come from like a predominantly power output background to go and do like a 20, like in these semifinals they have, for individual, they have a 30-minute workout.
yeah.
So it's like
I know.
yeah, it's a completely different ball game. And sometimes if you haven't played endurance sports or done an endurance thing growing up, it does take a little bit of time. And especially with the teen division, like you guys change so fast that like 4 months from now you're gonna have to revamp how your pacing
Yep.
structures again entirely. So but yeah, it does take a coach a little bit of time, especially because Griff didn't see you inside of a competition or CrossFit competition until semifinals. So, but it does take some time to really kind of learn the athlete and learn how it is they kind of manage and tackle workouts. So, yeah, it's pretty impressive you guys were able to qualify for the games, which is first.
Thank
This
you.
is literally your first competition ever, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty impressive.
yeah.
Thank you.
It was her goal. It was
Yeah.
her goal to make the games.
Yeah.
And I think that also just shows her grit.
Yeah.
And determination.
Determination.
And it's hard to come in here on your own.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
train
Right.
every day.
Mm-hmm.
And whether you've been programmed
Yeah.
or
Mm-hmm.
you have your coach with you, it's hard to
Yeah.
do it on your own.
At 14,
At
Right.
18,
Yeah.
you know, especially
Yeah.
when you've just had a hectic swim
Yeah.
practice in the morning,
Right.
gone to school, and then come straight to CrossFit.
Right.
To do that every day.
Yeah.
So we do take our hats off to her. I mean, I would never be able to do
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. You're grinding right now for sure. And it's pretty impressive. So, and Jackie's just reiterating like how it's super impressive to just be able to come in and do this by yourself, or with Griffin there. Like either way, it's like it's very difficult to get up at 4:30 in the morning and go to swim practice and then
Yeah.
come back into school, or vice versa. Get up early to do CrossFit and then go into swim practice. So, yeah, it is.
Yeah, I don't know if it's really clicked though. Like,
What do
I
you
don't know
mean?
if it's clicked yet that I've made the games.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, everyone just says, "Oh, you've made the games." I know I've made the games, but it just hasn't.
I don't. It's so weird now because it is an online process. It's very weird. Like when I qualified, we were in person. Like we were at semi or a regional at the time, and so you know right away. You're like, whoa, like this just happened. But like with an online thing, it's just kind of like, you were at a gym. Like it was a different weekend for sure, but you're like at a gym, and then you get done with the weekend, and you go through this stressful video review process, and then it's just kind of like,
They've just said you've made it.
okay.
Yeah.
Like I get an email, and I think for like the age groups, it's more when you get there, it's going to be like,
yeah.
oh,
Pinch me,
okay.
it's
Yeah.
real.
Yeah, yeah. So I think it's going to take some time for that to genuinely settle in, but
Yeah.
you'll recognize it. You'll definitely recognize it in your training. That's
I was
for
just
sure.
gonna say. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. So going into the weekend, you were pretty nervous. You guys had a pretty fun setup though. Like Elliot came down, Stella was there. All you guys were kind of just like working out throughout the course of the weekend,
Yeah.
right? Did having those guys there make a huge difference for you?
Yeah, that made a huge difference.
And like, how much do you rely on Stella because she's been there before? So like, has she been helpful? And
Yeah,
like,
she's been helpful. The main thing she's told me is just to have fun.
Yeah.
And whatever happens. You've trained hard for it, and you've always got another year to do it. So
yeah.
And
yeah.
she's just helped me along the way with my training. Like she's given me tips like in the gym and outside of the gym. So she has helped a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So she's been kind of like, do you look at her as a little bit of like a role model for you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's sweet.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Griff's children.
Yeah, right. Literally. Yeah. So having those two there throughout the course of the weekend was like a really good support system for you. Like,
Yeah.
Did you guys hang out at the gym pretty much all day then on Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Yep. Yeah, we slept in between, like if we had to redo one or do another one.
Yeah.
So we did one in the morning and then we rested and slept and then we did another one.
Okay.
So that's what we basically did during the day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yep.
Was it better than school?
Yes. I was sick.
Hopefully none of your teachers watch this podcast.
Block them.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was at least a little bit more of a fun weekend for you. Kind
Yeah.
of some good memories were
was.
made. Yeah. Did you guys feel like you grew closer to you, Elliot and Stella?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just hanging out the whole
Very
weekend.
close. Hmm.
Yep. We were watching you guys do TikToks at the end of the weekend.
As they do.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, I mean, and even like Meredith helped so much.
Yeah,
because
she's-
they've been there. Everyone, the whole community is just like, because we're not from here. We're now rooting ourselves in here as a family, and
Yeah.
without guys like you and them who have been there, it would be impossible. We were saying the other day, like a year ago, we wanted to do it, and she missed the cutoff by one day.
Right.
With her birthday.
Right.
And then I still remember doing the workouts with her, and she was doing double unders and started crying. Remember that? And she was whipping herself with the
Oh,
jump
shoot.
rope.
Yeah.
And then she was like, I've never seen her almost want to quit. And then we were in Missouri, and the coaches there were amazing. And Steph was like, just try and get through it. And
Steph was my coach.
Back in
Yeah.
Missouri. Yeah.
And
Okay.
she helped her through, and like, so in hindsight, missing a cutoff by a day was better for her because it gave her from November meeting Griff and that and starting the program. We're nearly a year down the line, a lot better. So well
Yeah.
done your double unders,
That was
Thanks.
better.
way better.
Good. Yeah. Yeah. So what are you most excited for this summer, like training wise? Because you have 4 weeks of school left, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like full
Thankfully.
go. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm most excited about training, especially with Griff. He said I was going to be training with Stella and Elliot. Like, we were all going to train together.
Okay.
'Cause I know Stella's got a few comps coming up that she's got to train for.
Yep.
So he said that we were all going to train together and just learning new things. Griff, he's taught me so much.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
I'm really excited to train with him too.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet. What are you looking forward to getting into running more?
No.
Can you run?
No.
Oh.
She can run.
No. No. I can sprint.
Yeah.
It's a mile, and that's all you need to do.
There go those high expectations.
Yeah.
It's like, I can do it, but I need to win if I'm going to do it.
I understand. Yep. There should be. You guys will probably be doing a lot of running.
Yeah.
So enjoy.
Thanks.
You already got the swimming part checked off, so that's
Yeah.
good.
If they do a swim event at the games, you could place.
Oh, you'll win.
Yeah, right. You could.
Can we organise something? Can you
Yeah.
want some pull at the game?
I wish that'd be nice. We're just gonna do 6 swim events over the weekend.
Yeah, imagine that. Thank you.
Right on. So you're looking forward to just training with people more often. Yeah.
Yeah.
How has training with people like helped you? Because like you're not always in here on Saturdays, but have the Saturdays been helpful to
They
just
have.
train?
And the atmosphere, when there's people around, they just help you so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like when I was doing the open, it was just me, Griff, and my parents.
Mm-hmm.
And like it was hard because I didn't have any support from anyone else
Mm-hmm.
to like cheer me on, whatever. But on Saturdays, like they help a lot because
Yeah.
of the support and the cheering and stuff.
Yeah.
So it
yeah.
does help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just everybody here just kind of
Yeah.
rooting for you and cheering you on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet. So what's your swimming going to look like this summer then?
We're in discussions with
Yeah.
the plan.
Okay.
We got to have a chat with Griff and see what we need to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
But she will swim.
Yeah.
Because it's good recovery.
Right.
But I'll be focused a little more on
Yeah.
CrossFit than I will be just on swimming.
Okay.
Because I have a goal now that I've reached for CrossFit, and we're going to work a little harder for that, and then cut down on the swimming a bit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she's taken it's now in long course swim season.
Okay.
She's
So it's
now
long course
taken-
swim season.
Yes, she's taken racing. She's taken off from racing in the long course season.
Yeah.
Oh, because she's a sprinter.
Because she's
Well-
because she's going to focus
Yeah.
on CrossFit.
So she's
Yeah.
not going to race.
Okay.
Because my big championship meet is like a few weeks before the games. And if I'm training to focus on the games, I can't be doing swimming and doing the same intensity for swimming as I am for CrossFit, because I can't train for the games and train for swimming at the same
Right,
time.
right.
Swimming gets intense closer
Yeah.
to a meet like that. To
Yeah.
a major event gets intense.
Yeah. 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 Okay. That makes sense. So where did your drive to like qualify for the games come from?
Well, ever since I was young, I've wanted to do CrossFit.
Like how young?
I think when I was 10.
Okay.
Yeah, at that time I was like doing a lot of sports.
Like what?
I was playing field hockey, I was swimming,
Okay.
I was doing water polo,
Okay.
Netball.
gymnastics, netball.
What is
Netball's like basketball, but there's like a few other
Yeah,
rules.
you got to catch the ball and stop and then throw it.
Like you can't run with the ball.
Yeah,
So it's like original basketball.
I don't know that one.
I don't.
There's no dribbling.
Oh, so
No.
there's no dribbling.
No dribbling and no jump shots in original.
Like you have to pivot on one foot.
Yeah.
Like you
What
can't
land on,
run.
You got to stay on that.
Okay.
But
Is
yeah,
this a South African sport?
yeah.
It is.
Figured.
It is.
But yeah, and then my mom showed me Mother Brian, and I was like,
Okay.
I want to be like that, and I want to look like that.
Okay.
So then I got into CrossFit, and I was like, I love this.
Yeah.
And I woke up one morning, and I was like, I'm doing this. Like, I
Yeah.
want to go to the games. So then I started watching the games, and I learned a lot from it, and I started putting it into my CrossFit, and I got good. So then I was like, I want to do this.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically that's how.
So Mal,
Yeah.
Mal was your.
Yeah. And
was
then
your
I saw
inspiration.
Tia, and I was like, I want to be like that.
Oh, you got to meet Tia, so that was.
Oh yeah.
Where's
I got to meet the Proven crew.
Oh, where at?
We were out there.
Yeah, I went to
It was open 2023.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
to their gym opening.
yeah.
Gym opening.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
The last open.
Yes.
Yes.
Was that their gym opening? Oh, okay.
2024.
4.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I think. I think they did open their headquarters in 2024. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So sweet. You got to meet Tia.
Mhm.
Did you get a picture with her?
Yeah.
Is it on your Instagram?
She's small.
No.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
tiny.
Yeah, one thing. So when
They all are in
they all-
person.
they're-
They're
And who else
tiny.
was there, Sydney?
Sydney,
There were
Shane.
quite a few. Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
They were all so cool. And
Yeah,
like,
that's
receiving
awesome.
and
That's
really
sweet.
Humble. So
Yeah.
we love that.
That's awesome. Yeah, when I was in I did Granite Games, which is no longer a competition, but it's like I don't know if you know Sam Briggs.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of games athletes there at the time, and we had a 5K run, and I was like standing in the second line, and I remember a group of girls was in front of us because I think they started like before us or something like that. I'm like looking at this girl in front of me. I'm like, man, this person's tiny, and she like turns around. I'm like, oh, that's Sam Briggs, like somebody who looks like massive on the YouTube
screen,
channels,
yeah.
but yeah, it's just like super tiny
So
in
true.
person. So yeah, I get that. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's kind of funny to meet everybody in person and be like, oh, okay. So
I know, because I stood next to her and I was like, she's small.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
We had just done the
open.
workout, the open workout, and your hands had ripped. Remember?
Yeah.
I've got photos. I'll send them to you.
Yeah.
Okay,
We'll
perfect.
put them on your Instagram tonight. And then she was like, "Oh my God, doll, look at your hands! You really gave a good workout." Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cool.
That's sweet. Did you guys bond over accents?
Yeah, we
So
did.
we did. We had a moment where she was like, "Hey," I was like, "You'll never guess where I'm from." And she's like, "You're from South Africa."
Yeah.
Because like they always confuse
Yes.
Australia with South Africa.
Yeah,
So
right.
straight away when we were speaking, she was like, "You're from South Africa."
Yeah.
That worked
Yeah.
out. That was funny.
So what? Okay, what's the big difference between South African and Australian accents, though?
Oh, the accents?
It's
Yeah.
a big difference.
There's a difference. They got a bit of a twang.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like,
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mate.
And
Yeah.
we say like different words
Like
to
what?
them. So like lacquer.
Yeah.
Boltong.
Boltong. Yeah.
Biltong.
Okay. Okay.
Jerky.
Yep. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Put
Right
another
on.
shrimp in the barbie, mate. that's them.
That's them. Yeah.
That's
Yeah. That's sweet.
So you have dreams and aspirations to be the next tier.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, step one, check. Go to the games.
Yeah.
Well, sweet.
Fair game now.
What's that?
It's fair game now.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Win it again.
Right. Right. Well, sweet. Yeah. We're really looking forward to seeing you train this summer. And
Thank
then,
you.
Yeah. Look out for any fundraising things that you're putting on to help get you to the games. Because where are they at again this year?
Ohio.
Columbus?
Columbus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ohio.
Yeah. Okay. Is it in the
Convention center.
It's in the convention center.
Yeah.
Great venue. Competed
Ready?
there. Yep. Competed there in 2016. Yeah. It's actually a really good venue. So very AC'd. It's nice.
So that's great.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see if they have you guys doing any outside stuff though. There.
I mean,
But-
when would they announce sort of workouts and that?
Like a few weeks before.
Yeah. Every year the consistent thing with CrossFit is it's constantly varied. So
Okay.
I think last year they started releasing masters workouts like 2 weeks before, maybe a week and a half before, and they had like 11 workouts. The teens, I can't remember when they started releasing workouts, but I think they only had 6 or 7 workouts. So I'm not sure if they're doing one person programming for both events because they teamed up this year.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if they're doing like one person programming for both events or if they're still separate programs and if they're all going to be the same workouts or different workouts or what that's going to look like. So maybe there'll be more information coming out on that soon. But I mean, you guys got what, 4 months still, 5 months?
100 and how many days? It was like 120 days. Or
Yeah, I
something.
think it was.
It's okay.
Not long though. It's gonna go fast.
Yeah, 4 months. Yeah. You got a countdown on your phone?
No.
Okay, good.
And before you go, she's had a lot of help from Dan Jackson.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dan Jackson, thank you.
Shout out Dan.
Shout out Dan. I got you, fam.
The mental,
Yeah.
the mental side. is
Yeah,
really
yeah.
great.
Yeah. Dan's a great guy. So, yeah.
I mean, that's to the point, like the community of people, and that's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
Is finding your place and having people in your corner.
Right.
Because you cannot do it alone.
Right. Yep. 1000%. Yep. It takes a village.
Yeah.
So, any last words?
Thank you for having me.
Blacklisted for the win.
Oh yeah.
What is it?
Blacklisted for the win.
Right on. Okay, so how do people follow you on Instagram, follow your journey, TikTok?
You can follow me on Instagram, Ambernodia03.
Wait.
Amber Naude 03.
Yeah.
And TikTok?
No.
No TikTok.
No, just
You were doing
Instagram.
dances though.
On Elliot's phone.
Oh,
She is
okay.
TikTok.
She is the TikTok.
She has TikTok.
You don't need TikTok.
No.
Just IG.
Just IG.
Just
Yeah.
Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
So follow Amber, guys. Watch her journey over the summer. She goes to compete in the games. Do you guys want to give out your Instagrams, or I think you guys post more than Amber does, maybe.
That's what Jack
At Jax Nodia.
Yeah.
At Jax Nodia.
Yeah.
That's what you'll
just
find
add-
my whole
add
life.
story, add story.
Ads, yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't do a lot of it.
Yeah. Well, thanks for listening, guys. Obviously, check Amber's Instagram out. If you haven't yet, like and subscribe. And we'll probably do a follow-up podcast after the games, Amber.
Sounds good.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
See ya.
Bye.